So today I'll be presenting to you about solar energy for a decarbonized real estate supply chain in KSA. So we will go over a brief introduction about myself, about the company, solar PV potential in KSA, key industry trends, solutions and case studies, summary and next steps. A bit about myself. I'm the country director for Yellow Door Energy in KSA. I've been with the company since inception for 10 years. Started in UAE, got the very first customers for Yellow Door Energy, then went to establish Bahrain, and now Bahrain is a market leading position when it comes to solar, distributed energy, and now here I am in Saudi. We're trying to be the #1 distributed solar developer in Saudi. So a bit about Yellow Door Energy. We're the leading distributed solar energy developer in the region. We have over 400 megawatts of solar energy, more than 150 projects. We serve clients for industrial, commercial sectors. We have over 120 employees present in many different countries, such as UAE, Bahrain, Saudi, Jordan, Oman, and South Africa. We're backed by institutional investors like the IFC World Bank, Actis, private equity firm, UK-based, Mitsui, and Apicorp or TIFE. Here's our great team, a very talented mix of technical, project management, business development, and marketing, and so on. So at this slide, you can see that Saudi is blessed with irradiance, with the sun. As you can see, the spectrum, especially north of Saudi, Tabuk area, has the highest yield, which means that it's best suitable for solar. You can use solar to generate energy at its best in Saudi. Here's some key trends that I would like to share with you today. So in terms of environmental, Saudi has an ambitious target and has increased the renewable energy capacity from 700 megawatt to 2.8 gigawatt. There has been significant uptake of sustainability reporting. In the West, it's mandatory to do sustainability reporting in terms of stocks. In Saudi, it's still not mandatory, but it's becoming more and more important for investors and for consumers alike. In social, we can see that consumers prefer to use products that are sustainable, that there was a solar power plant to produce, let's say, a shampoo or a food or whatever. It has to be sustainable. And we've seen that there has been several events like COP16, COP28 to, let's say, promote sustainability in the region. In terms of governance, 130 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2030, which is huge. And then the government has introduced liquid displacement program to encourage large, intense industries to move away from heavy fuel, move towards sustainable energy fuel, like natural gas, for example, or renewable energy, which is a great initiative by the government. Most recently, we have seen that there has been an electricity tariff increase when it comes to the commercial sector and the industrial sector. So commercial has increased by about 8% most recently. It will start May 28, 2025. And then industrial has increased by almost 10 to 15%, which also incentivizes people to move into renewable energy. There's a high demand in commercial buildings. About 20 to 25% of total energy consumption in KSA is from commercial buildings. And because of the heat, obviously, the AC cooling demand can reach 60 to 70%. So about solar energy integration, there's a Mustadam certificate which incentivizes companies to put in solar, to go for green and renewable energy. Even the new concept of regenerative retail, which goes above and beyond what retailers typically do, more like implementing, for example, planting trees outside of the, outside of the mall, for example, recycling initiatives and other initiatives that help promote a better condition for the environment and for the community. Even buying from local, let's say, local market. So in terms of solar, how can you, let's say, help your business? There's two types of solar, which is on-grid, which is connected to the grid, and off-grid if you are far away from the city. So there are three ways of typically switching to solar. Either you own, either through CapEx, you invest, or through OpEx or lease. So what are the differences between them? You can own, meaning that you will need to invest yourself, design yourself, hire a contractor, and then go through the whole operating and maintenance of the whole power plant for 20 years. Typically, this process is very risky because you need to be able to manage the design of the work and the construction. You're taking on the full risk. The other option is to hire a contractor from the start. They will be doing the design for you, but at the same time, the risks are still there in terms of construction. Are they constructing according to good standards? Are they following good health and safety procedures? Will it be able to live for the long term? So there's all these risks. The other part, which is option number 3, which is basically where developers comes in and provides a lease. Here, the developer takes on the entire risk, whereby developer will design, will finance, will procure, install, commission, and operate and maintain the solar power plant for the entire lease term, 15, 20, 25. So here, the developer will make sure, because they're putting in their own money, that the system is installed at the highest possible standards and is producing the most amount of energy possible. Because the developer will get paid based on the energy produced, kilowatt hour, from the solar system. So here the entire risk is on the developer. So in terms of the lease or developer, what they offer, it's a long-term performance contract. So customer will pay based on the energy produced. It's a performance-based contract. So what are the benefits? Since the developer is doing the investment, the customer didn't invest anything, zero investment from the customer, there is immediate savings from the first month. And then customer can get, basically they can manage a long-term electricity costs because the tariff will be fixed throughout the whole lease term. The customer can focus on their core business. No need to worry about a solar power plant and its risks. The customer can own the solar power plant after the lease term and support KSA Net Zero 2060. Here's a nice picture, by the way, of a solar power plant in a complex compound, basically, facility. These customers trust us, and we're very proud to have supported all these customers. A lot of them are in the real estate, like at Dar, for example, like Masjid al-Futtaim, Sif, Avenues, and so on. Here's our one of our success stories in Saudi, SIG, which is in Middle Industrial Area. It's a packaging company. So we've installed a 2-megawatt solar power plant on top of SIG roof. The project benefits is 3.5 million kilowatt hours of clean energy in the first year generation, which is equivalent to 1,300 metric tons of carbon emissions. I would like to play a video here to show you a footage of our Bahrain Mall installation. Thank you. So this project was a winner, actually, winner of Renewable Energy Project in the year 2023, Smart Cities, 6.2 megawatt. In terms of our health and safety, we don't compromise on health and safety. We take it as a very serious way. We're proud to have 0 incidents in terms of health and safety. And all our employees are trained on safety in the workplace. So it's a power plant on a rooftop. You have to be very careful. So in summary, we have electricity tariff increasing in May 2025. So this will basically create an extra burden in terms of costs on your business. Going solar will help mitigate this extra burden. And obviously there are different ways of going solar. One way is going for lease, which is no capex from the customer side. You can have a company doing all the design, financing, installation, and operation and maintenance for the entire lease term, which is a great opportunity to be in. And obviously the best time is now. Rules and regulations are in place. Tariff is up. And you have companies which are ready to support you in terms of going solar and reducing your energy bills in a sustainable manner. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Please raise up your hand. Happy to answer.
Thank you very much for this great session. This is Dr. Dafra Al-Shehri. One of my interests is in solar energy, not as a commercial, no, it's as an individual. So I have like an 800 square meter built up area, single family units here in Riyadh, and I was planning to install the solar system in my house. However, one of the things that let me slow down or just postpone this plan for later is how can I say that? The upgrades and the updates that for the system that makes, it's like an iPhone, you know. I mean, every year we have like upgrade, we have platform, we have new system. So that makes me to slow down or to rethink about installing that system in my house. As an individual, I'm talking about as an individual or like individual consumer. Now the question is, how safe to go now, since this, as we said, is still hot topic? Do you think that the system that I'm going to install this year will be outdated next year? So how can we make sure that, do you recommend that I go in a contract that to update my system or the platform that, or the equipment that you install on my house, I mean in my house, to be upgraded like on a yearly basis? So how to make me confident to go ahead at the moment?
Great question. See, in terms of solar, it's technology like anything else. With technology, it's improving year on year. Like your phone, like your car, this is something that it's good at the end of the day. So it shouldn't stop you if the technology is, let's say, fast evolving, because this is something that happens in any way. You'll never be able to say now is the right time, right? Now let's say if you invest with your own money, let's say, and hire an EPC, they will build this solar power plant for you, and then you'll be responsible for the operation and maintenance and everything, and for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Now, when it comes to the developer part, the developer would install the solar system, and you'd have a contract with them on a long-term basis. The developer will, let's say, after 10 years, for example, if there's a technology which is superior and that it really, can produce so much energy than your current technology, then as a developer, we will put in this new technology, because at the end of the day, it's in the benefit of both parties. Both parties are aligned to produce as much energy as possible, because it's a performance-based contract. As a developer, we will benefit if we produce energy at the best possible way. And as a consumer, also you will benefit as much as possible if we produce energy. So we would look into it in 10 years, let's say, technology that is doubled in terms of energy. We'll put in the new technology, retrofit, and go on for example, an extra 10 years contract or 15 years. So this is something that we do currently, and it gives a comfort to the customer. Any other questions? All right. Oh, we have a...
Shukran Khalid, thank you very much. I'm asking you about, when you talk about renewable energy, you are only focused on the photovoltaic, not other systems, like when you talk about wind turbines or any other solar system also.
Yes, we're primarily focused on solar. We believe in the region, solar is, let's say, the way to go, especially because of the irradiance of the sunlight. Wind is possible, but it has to be away from the city, because there's a lot of noise pollution when it comes to the wind. And then you have to be in a wind corridor. So there's an assessment needs to be done so that the wind turbine is in this wind corridor and is able to produce energy. So solar, pretty much, if you install anywhere in the kingdom, it will yield excellent results, no noise pollution, and easy to operate and maintain, and will live for a long time. It's rugged in terms of the environment.
Okay, there is another like solar also, but like concentrating the mirrors, and you make boilers or something like that. You are not focusing on this one also, huh?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
There is another solar systems also you can use, but not photovoltaic.
Yes.
Yes.
So as a Yellow Door Energy, as a developer, we focus on the commercial industrial, C&I. So we put on usually on rooftops, on ground mount areas close to a facility, and car parking. So the other type is CSP. CSP is used in a utility scale. So developers would install those large CSP plants and then feed in energy to a grid, to the utility, to SEC. So we do it more on the distributed level, rooftop, feed into the distribution grid, to the local grid. That's why we use the photovoltaic, which is easily installable on rooftops and nearby areas.